Hello everybody, my name is Joshua and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Coffee, Cats, and King, where we discuss books, both new and old. I will share with you pictures of my cats who will make you wish they were your cats, and I will drink enough coffee for me and everybody watching. I've shown this mug off before. This is from our last vacation for our anniversary. My wife and I stayed at a wonderful little bed and breakfast. And my shirt is one of those Christmas presents I got for Camp Crystal Lake. It goes great with my newest tattoo, so very happy about that. And some of you may have noticed I've been gone for a week. That is because my wife was gone the previous week for another business trip, and I just got her back on Monday. And you know, I like all of you, you're all great people, but I was kind of preoccupied having Paige back, you know. So that's why you haven't seen me. Now, last week was actually our anniversary, but we didn't get to do anything. She had to catch up at work, and I was super busy at work too, so we're actually going away this coming week instead. My intention is to maybe try and get a couple films done here, a couple videos ready for you guys, so I can still have them uploaded while I'm gone. If that does not happen, this is probably the only one you'll see for the next week, and then we'll be coming back the following Friday, and I'll get back to my regularly scheduled programming, if you will. You also have not seen any sort of March TBR from me, and that is because I decided not to do one this month. I have so many books on my shelf that it has become overwhelming, and I realized that I was having such a hard time sticking to that TBR. It was really getting to me because, you know, it was fine at the start of the month. I'd say, yeah, these are definitely these 10 or 12 books, whatever, these are the ones I want to get to. And then by the time I got to book 7 or 8, I was just trying to get through so that I could get through a particular book, you know. And I didn't want to do that. I felt like I really needed a month where I could just what do you guys call it? Just mood reading, I guess, where I could just go, grab the next thing off my shelf that interested me and go from there. So I'm kind of doing that this month. That's why there's no TBR. It might be a good thing too. It kind of adds to the suspense, if you will, when I post these videos doing book reviews and that. You guys don't necessarily know what I'm reading at the moment. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm a couple books in this month. The one I'm currently reading, and this is a good example, this is a book I was so excited to get a hold of. I've wanted it for years, and I knew as soon as I got it that I had to jump right in and read it. Well, this book has now been sitting on my shelf for well over a year, and I completely forgot that I had it. I only found out that I had it because I did no TBR this month. I finished the book, decided to go on my bookshelf, see what I could find buried in the back, and I found Shadows in the Mist by Brian Moreland. So this is the one I'm reading right now. And again, I was so excited about it, then completely forgot about it because there's so many books built up on that shelf. So I'm really excited about this book. I think I'm probably going to end up talking about it in a later video. I'm only about 50 or 60 pages in right now, but this is your classic setup. The Nazis were experimenting with the occult and the supernatural during World War II, which is a true thing. But in this case, I don't know if they did experiments and they created something, if they accidentally released something. I really don't know yet. All I know is that these particular soldiers during the war, they managed to lock up something awful that destroyed the rest of their squadron. And now the last of these soldiers is dying, and he has tasked his grandson to go and unlock the tomb where they buried all the bodies of the other guys, and to do something about this thing that has been waiting for the past 60 years since World War II. So, sounds very intriguing. The cover is awesome. Super cool, super creepy. And I'm just really excited to jump into this one. and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. So that's the physical book that I'm reading currently. I have a couple that I'm reading on my phone as ebooks, including one that an author has reached out to me and asked me to review. So I'm very excited for that. You will, of course, see a review about that coming up sometime in the future. And the other thing I wanted to do today was to do a review on a new collection, a newer collection. Just came out, I want to say about a month ago, from one of our own, from the wonderful Miss Regina Saint Claire. A lot of you probably follow her, and she has tasked herself with what sounds impossible to me, but that is to publish something every month this year, and so far she has done it. I don't know how. It's astounding, but I'm super excited for her. It is so awesome to see her blossoming as an author. I love to support our own on here, and I love to support a good author, and she is a good author. She is someone that very clearly has a love of horror, of classic horror, of the Gothic, and that shows through all of her writings. So I wanted to be able to talk about her newest collection I read, that is Women in Trouble. A beautiful cover. I love that cover. Sorry about that coffee break. Yeah, I love that cover. So this is a collection of 9 short stories, in addition to a little sneak peek of her next outing. So I'm going to give you just a brief synopsis of each of these stories, and give you a quick idea of what I thought. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on each one just because there's so many. The first in the collection is actually a novella titled Snowblind. And you'll see me reading off of this because there was no way that I was going to write these prompts up and actually remember all of them. Let's be honest. So, Snowblind is about a woman in an abusive marriage who takes a road trip with her sister and her friend as they plan to kill her abusive husband. Of course, it's called Snowblind. This occurs in the heart of winter during a bad snowstorm. And they are going up to this cabin, as I said, with the intention of killing this man. And everyone in the car knows it, but him, of course. You very quickly realize what a terrible person he is. And, well, things don't quite work out the way that they expect. But I'm going to leave the surprises to you fellow readers. I'll say this was a really cool novella. Very much enjoyed it. I give this one 4 stars out of 5. Great start to the collection. Now, next one is Casa Diablo. This is about a struggling couple who move next door to the widow of a Hollywood mogul. As the wife tries to keep her husband, she's offered an unusual solution from the widow next door, one as immoral as it is impossible. So, this is where Regina's love of horror really starts showing, where you start seeing, as a fellow horror lover, you start seeing inspiration behind some of these. I'm not going to tell you what this one is inspired by, but for most horror lovers, once you get a certain way into the story, you're going to know exactly what you're looking at, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is about to get really gross and really disturbing, and it does. So that one I'll give about a 3.5. Very good. It did take heavily from that other influence, but I think it still did it in a very tasteful way. Still made it its own, and very enjoyable story. Now the next one is Mount Gilead. For those of you who read Local Haunts, you have seen this story before. This is a fictional account of a real-life unsolved murder that occurred in Regina's hometown. And it is just a very brief look into this. You don't really get any answers, but overall it's a very effective story. I wish that there was a way for her to make it just a little more. I want more. And that's a good thing that I want more, you know? But I'm giving Mount Gilead 3 stars. Alright, then we have Best of Intentions. Drunk driving leads to a woman making horrible decisions when she hits a man on her way home. This one, again, for those who are into the more obscure horror movies, you may be familiar with this one. Once it gets going, it may click in your head where the inspiration comes from. But again, it's just Regina having a good time. You can tell she enjoyed the story. This is a good one to show that she is not necessarily just on the woman's side here. She very quickly proves that women can be just as vicious and evil as the men, and this is a great example of it. So Best of Intentions gets 3 stars from me. Following that, we jump into Starlet Suite, which is about a young actress with an upcoming role who stays the night in a hotel with a sordid history. So this one, very familiar territory, but very well done. This really starts the process of Regina showing some of her gothic roots, if you will, to a degree. And again, just a solid tale. Another 3-star read from me. Very well done, and just a lot of fun to read. Now, the next one is a short titled Tracy, and this is very easily the nastiest piece in the collection, in my opinion. This is about a woman staying at a friend's vacation home who defends herself against the home invader. Very quickly thereafter, however, we realize that perhaps the invader is not the danger, the woman herself is. So again, I think personally that this is the nastiest piece, not the most violent in the collection, but just the one that is going to make you lose faith in humanity the quickest. So really devilish piece. This one, man, I found myself tense with anger, and if you can do that as a writer, then it means you're doing something right. You're making me feel these emotions and making me want to strangle the lead character. That's good stuff. So I'm gonna give that one 4.5 stars. It was a vicious, nasty piece, and really showed off that Regina is not just in it for the romantic, gothic kind of horror. She can write dirty when she needs to. Following that, we jump into The Woods and Mr. Softy. This one was featured in the last BookTube collection that came out, Served Cold. And again, if you have not checked out Served Cold or Local Haunts, I suggest you do both. Not only are you supporting the BookTube community, the money actually goes to charity regardless. But just very cool to see what these fine folks on here can do. Both of them compiled and edited by Miss Regina Saint Claire. So, as I said, this one is in Served Cold, and I'm going to keep it short for this one. This is a tale of friendship, murder, and local legends. If you are a fan of things like creepypastas, then you'll probably enjoy The Woods and Mr. Softy and the urban legend feel around it. And again, you can see to a degree the inspiration behind it, and I love that I can trace back where these ideas originally came from and how Regina made it her own. So again, 3 stars for The Woods and Mr. Softy. I've seen it in Served Cold, enjoyed it then, enjoyed it again here. Down the last 2, we're down to 2 of my favorites actually. The first is An Empty Vessel, and this one took me by surprise. Because this is a sci-fi horror slash erotica a little bit, and I did not expect that. I did not expect anything sci-fi in any way from Regina, so right off the bat I was surprised, and really again just opened me up and showed me some of her scope. Now this is a great one for fans of body horror, and like I said, yeah, things get a little erotic in this one, but really not in a sexy way, more in a disturbing way. So I really enjoyed this one. This gets 4.5 stars from me. Definitely one of the more original pieces in ways, and just a total surprise. So Regina, you jumped kind of out of your element on that one, and I applaud you for it. That was a good one. And then the final short story in the collection is as mad as wild waves. And this is sort of a classic gothic story that meets modern madness, and it's a great combination of the two. Again, it's familiar territory for horror fans, but Regina makes it her own, and it's just a very solid, effective story. Again, another 4.5 stars for me. Very much enjoyed that one. I'd say of these, it'd be hard to pick my favorites. As Mad as Wild Waves, An Empty Vessel, Tracy, and Snowblind. Those were my 4 top favorites out of the 9. And then as an added bonus, Regina gives us a little sampling of her next upcoming feature, which I'm not going to talk about here. I'm just going to suggest that you purchase Women in Trouble, give it a read. All the stories are worthwhile, and then in addition you get that little sneak peek of her upcoming story. So overall, I give the collection a solid 4 stars. There were some things that could have been tweaked in regards to editing and proofreading, so not a perfect 5 stars for me, but I love that I can trace back where these ideas came from and just see the evolution as Regina makes it her own. I'm super impressed every time I pick stuff up from her. I've read all of her other stuff before, and I feel like she just keeps getting better and better. So I'm so excited to see where she takes us in the next year and just see her really blossom as an author. So very cool stuff. 4 stars for Women in Trouble. Great cover, and I'm looking forward to buying a physical copy to put on my shelves, and maybe one day sending it her way so I can get it signed. I don't know, we'll see. But just wanted to throw that in there. I've been looking forward to reviewing that. Like I said, just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on, why you haven't seen as much of me, why you might not see as much of me in the next week or so, but I will be back. The other update I wanted to make was about, I said that when I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a live show, do a little thing with you guys, have a little celebration, some giveaways, things like that. And the numbers have fluctuated a lot, but at the time of this filming, I am at 495, and I've just decided, you know what, it's close enough, and I'm excited. I want to do this. So when I get back from this vacation, I'm going to be putting out a quick little video, giving you some details of when that's going to happen, because I'm going to go on and schedule that, get it going. I'm excited to really spend some time talking with you folks. I have a stack of books down here for giveaways, and I can't wait. So very excited for that. Very excited for this book here. I'm excited for Regina's next upcoming release, because wow, that woman is, I mean, I've got to applaud her for what she's doing. It's gutsy, but she's making it happen, so awesome stuff. So I think that's it for today. I've gone on enough. I'm gonna throw some cat footage in, of course, because that's what you guys know and love and what you really come here for. I understand, I don't blame you, so here you go. Just the boys snoozing on a quiet Saturday morning. Chaos, how can you sleep like that? How is that comfortable? My goodness. Havoc, do you have anything to say to the camera, buddy? No? What about you, Chaos? No? And that'll do it. I will see you folks soon. I may be a little slower than usual at responding to any comments, but just bear with me. I will be back. Stay safe, drink lots of great coffee, and I'll see you folks soon. Cheers.